Hi, I'm Anastasia. Today I will show you how to do crystal stiletto. I just removed the old product, so my nail is almost prepped. I will just slightly remove the surface shine with the 180 grit file, and then I will remove all the dust. After that I will place the form, and I'm using the long forms because I think stiletto should be always long. And now I'm folding just a regular foil and use a C-curve tool to fold it and put it right on the form. Plastic clamp will help you to fix the foil so it will not go anywhere. Make sure that the foil is actually close to the nail form, it's not going somewhere, and it also should not go on top of the natural nail, so always leave a tiny gap between the foil and the form. So once you're set, we are going to prep the nail further. I'm applying the hydrator, and when it's completely dry, I apply non-acid primer. I'm using Attract by NSI this time as I am going to work with acrylic. So I will start my application on building the nail bed. So I am using Cover Cool Pink by Entity, and first I'm going to do a reverse smile line. I always finish by applying transparent pink near the cuticle because it gives a better adhesion, and once the nails start to grow, it also gives more natural look. So I stretch this bead towards the smile line, and if you see that there is some gap on any side, just feel free to take additional bead. I'm always trying to work with the product as long as I can, so I will not have to spend more time filing. You can also fix something with the orange wood stick. Now it's time to do the free edge. So I'm using clear acrylic and just apply it right on top. So you don't have to worry what's going on underneath. Just make sure that you build the sidewalls and the structure. If you're more like a gel person, you can do exactly the same using gel. And I recommend you to use a hard foil, you know, the one you use in the kitchen, because some of them are very soft. This is the one I used, and it was a mistake. So if you will choose a hard one, it will be much better and easier, and soon you will know why. So now we're just continuing application. Finish the application, it is time to remove the form. As I used the foil, which was very soft and thin, it wasn't too easy. So first I pinch the nail, but make sure that you remove the lower part of your form at this moment and hold it for a few seconds, and then try to remove the foil. So some parts of the foil stayed there, so I had to manually clean them afterwards, and it's not really a problem, it's just additional time. So if you will use the proper foil, you will not spend time on that. I used all scissors to remove the rest of the foil. You can also use electric file, but with electric file you will ruin those beautiful folds that the foil created underneath. That's the whole idea. So after that I filed the nail. I'm using 180 Endurance by NSI First, I usually file the sidewalls and then I file the surface. As the nail is very long, do not forget to hold it, as it might be painful. And if you see that in some places there are too much product, you can also switch to 150 grit file like I did just now. So make sure that you build the apex, that the cuticle area is thin, that the side walls are parallel, and the stiletto should be always pointy. Otherwise, it's not stiletto. So now I'm buffing the surface with 220 buffer. After buffing the nail, I decided that I still need to remove some of the particles underneath, and I will use electric file for it. But as the foil I was using was silver, this color doesn't look as bad, as our goal is to create this crystal look. So I'm using a tiny needle-shaped bead, and I'm trying to remove it in such way that it will not spoil all these beautiful folds. So now I need to carefully clean the dust, and then we have to apply top coat. I'm using tack-free top coat, and as stiletto is really long, you need to take a huge drop and apply it right on top. And we already can see this beautiful look we created on the free edge. So all these folds, they appeared because we had a foil underneath. So make sure that the top coat is everywhere. The cuticle, the side walls are sealed. With such shapes, sometimes it's tricky because you can miss the spot on the side. So make sure you covered it all. And when you're done, I'm curing it for 1 minute in LED lamp, fully cure. And then I'm using Bling On by Accents. This is a thick consistency gel for securing rhinestones. And first I outline the smile line and then the cuticle line. So I'm like creating an oval. And then I start application. This is Swarovski crystals. I'm using Crystal Katana pickup tool, and what I do, I simply follow the line of the smile line. I decided to make it a little deeper than the actual smile line. I think it will look even better. And with the other side of the tool, feel free to move them. So I recommend you to try to outline this accurate as you can, so you will not see any excess gel underneath the rhinestones. It will look like you have this beautiful gloss top coat and rhinestones all over. So now I'm doing the cuticle line. When it comes to applying crystals, it's always hard to stop. So when I was done with this oval outlining, I thought that actually it's not enough. I need to add a little more on the smile line because this space looks kind of empty. So I added another 3 and then another 3 right here. And I also decided it will look nice if we will somehow complement this shape by adding some long crystal in the center, like a drop. So let's add it right here. Do not forget to outline the gel first and place it. Okay, now it's enough. Now we cure it for 2 minutes in LED because we need to fully cure the gel underneath as well. And this is the result, crystal stiletto. The design is super easy. You don't need to do anything. You just sculpt the clear pink and white and the foil does everything for you. Like I said, please find a really thick foil so you will not have this trouble by removing it underneath. Thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time on my channel, consider subscribing as I post nail art tutorials, tips and tricks every week. Thanks and see you in my next video. Goodbye. Maybe we're crazy.